Hey, what's up everybody? Mark from Big Blue Laser Designs here. Today I'm going to walk you through all the files for this set of drawers. And if you've seen any of the photos or you've watched any of the videos, you know that there's several options with these drawers. And it includes a single drawer, double, triple, and quadruple drawers. And you have the option to have the top be a hinged top or just regular drawers. So this has got lots of different options. I'm going to walk you through the files here. In a lot of these, you'll see a photo here on the right side that's not actually included in the file, but I have it there so we can use it as a visual reference as we walk through the files. Before I go through any of the files, let's do what we always do. Let's read all the instructions first, very important. Black lines equal cut, red lines equal score. Do not cut the red lines. If you do, you'll be sad. All the slots are made for 0.125 quarter-inch material. Always measure your material and adjust your slots, tabs, and finger joints if you need to prior to cutting if needed. But as long as your material is 0.125 or less, you should be in great shape here. And I include these on most of my files here. This is a 1-inch square. You don't need to cut it. It's just for reference. But if you click on that and that is not a 1-inch square, then you know that your software has changed the size of things. So do not cut everything until this is a 1-inch square. Now, if you're using a program like Lightburn, I recommend using the AI or the PDF format instead of the SVG, because both of those will retain the proper size. But depending on your software, SVGs might get resized. So make sure that's 1 inch before you do anything. After you do, you can delete that or just ignore it. And of course, you can delete all the text once you've read it. All right, so let's walk through the file here. All of these are set up the same way. The ones with and without the hinged lid. And once you see the way that the file is set up, and especially when you watch the assembly video, it will start making a lot of sense. Looks like a lot of pieces. It's not that bad. So this is the one drawer version with the hinged lid. So technically the drawer does not pull out at all. It just has the top that flips open and it has a false front on the front. So starting from the left side in all of these, you'll have this, what I call a bottom plate. And then you'll have the pieces that make the front, back, and sides, and then the lid, okay? So this piece right here is this bottom black plate, in this case of this one, or the brown one on this one. It's the bottom plate that everything is built on. And while we're over here, here's all the feet, the legs and the feet right there. And you'll see the little leaf-shaped pieces right there. That's that little foot there. This is the leg that sticks into it right there, right there. And then there's a disc that you can't see that's right up under here. And each one of those sets of 3 go together to make those 4 legs. And then on all of these, that disc will then get glued right in here. And some of these have a score line to show you where to put it. A lot of them, most of them don't. And I'll tell you the reason why it doesn't in just a minute. But they just go on all 4 corners pointing 45 degrees out. So this is that bottom plate. This is the front piece that is right here. And remember, this particular one has a hinged lid, so the drawer is not going to pull out. The drawer will be a fake front right here. But that is this front piece right here. And then this one is the back piece. You can't see it in the picture, of course, but it's back here. And the reason we know this is the back piece is because it has the notches right here, because this piece will go, this slot will this tab will go right into that slot right there. This one will go right there. And then these 2 side pieces, that right now they're flipped around backwards, but you would put it in like this right here into this slot right here. And then that one would go up there. And when you have these standing up at perpendicular, you'll notice it a lot easier when you're watching the assembly video. But this little notch right here will go right up under this circle right there. And you can kind of see it. Well, no, you can't actually. But it'd be right up under here where the back piece comes together with this side piece. So that's how that works. And then when you're gluing it together, again, you'll see this in the assembly video. It's very important. But this piece here with these tabs on the top, on either end, that one right there, those go into these circles right here and allow it to be able to hinge and to rotate. So it would go right into that hole right there. And the other one would go into the hole on the other piece, which is not up there right now. And that would make your box. This top would hinge, open and closed. And then this piece goes on top of that, of this one right here. So when they sit together, what you're going to have is you're going to have something like this sitting right here. And that red line is to show you exactly where to glue this one on top. And you'll see then that the half circle that makes the hinge is going to sit right in there. The other half circle is going to sit right in there. You can kind of imagine if it was perpendicular here, it would sit right like that. And that red line is telling you where you can put the glue. So you can put glue right inside these red lines. As long as you keep them inside the red line, you won't glue your lid shut. And that's what the lid looks like right there. And so this piece right here is that ring that goes around it like that right there. And then you've got these rounded squares that go on the corners 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all you have left now is the pull tab right here, or the handle. And since this one's a fake one, of course, it's not going to open, but you would just glue these together right like that. And those red score lines are just to help you place it better. And that would glue right on the front of that drawer, or that piece, which in this case is this one right here. And it would glue right there. So I know that took a couple minutes to go through, but now when you add another drawer to make it too tall, it's going to be the same thing again, but just repeated. And I'll show you how that works. So if I go to the 2-drawer hinged top lid, you see this one is very similar, but now because we have a drawer that actually pulls out on the bottom level, this bottom is a little bit different here. Okay, we'll go back here for just a second. Since there's no drawer that pulls out on this one, it's fake on the bottom. We don't have to worry about a rail that the drawer slides on, and we don't have a drawer either because it's fake. But if we go to the 2-drawer one, you'll see that we still have the same lid right here. We still have the same feet and the corners, and we still have the hinged pieces right here. That's all very similar from the other one. But this one below it, this bottom one right here, this is what this is going to look like. This plate is that black one now. And the difference is that we've got a side piece that go right there, right there. We've got the back piece here, and we've got a front piece right here, where these 2 tabs right there go into these little ones. And then the drawer slides in through this hole like a garage door of sorts, okay? And now we've got this different part here where we've got these score lines. Those score lines are for these pieces right here. And what they're going to do is they're going to glue right here, right on top of those score lines as perfectly as you can. And again, you'll see this in the assembly video. Glue that one there, the other one there. And that's going to create a rail system where the drawer will slide in and slide out nicely and not just move left and right a lot. So that's what that's for, okay? So this is your bottom piece. And this, what we're looking at, faces up toward you, all right? Not down to the floor. The side with the score lines faces up toward you. Your side piece is your front, back. We went over those earlier. That's the lid, which we talked about earlier. And then right here is the drawer itself. And if you look at how this works, this piece right here is the bottom of the drawer. And we're looking at the outside bottom, not the inside. And so we've also got 3 rectangles here, again, that I'm going to glue right there. The skinnier one's there, the fat one there. And this fatter one is going to slide right between these 2 when the drawer goes in and out. So that's going to keep it straight. And then these just keep it from tipping sideways a little bit. So that's what those 2 are for. Then you can imagine that this one right here is one of the side pieces. This is the other side, and the 2 short pieces are there. And then this piece glues right on top of this one as the false front, or the decorative front. And you'll know this is the back piece because it has a tab that sticks up, and that goes back into the drawer. And when you pull it forward, it hits this so the drawer doesn't just fall out. So this is your front piece. And then this is the piece that goes on front of that with the pull tab. Again, we'll reference it right here. Here's that front piece we just talked about right there. And then there's your pull tab, okay? And then you've got the top layer that has the 2 sides that we just talked about earlier. And this one right here, this one is this piece right here, because on this particular hinged lid one, there is no pull-out drawer, just like the last one. So we don't need any of the slots that would normally go in there, it wouldn't look like this because we don't have a drawer that's actually there. So this is just left side, right side, front and back. All right. Hopefully this is starting to make sense. We'll go to real quick through the other two hinge ones, then come back to the ones that don't have the hinges. You're going to pick up this routine very quickly. Now, this is the 3-drawer one, exactly the same. Bottom, next one, and then top right here. And then here's all your same repeated pieces. Here's your 2 drawers right here. And then your 3rd one is the fake one that the top hinges on, all right? 3 drawers. And then the 4th one, the 4th hinged one right here, exactly the same again, just adds another one. So bottom, 2nd, 3rd, and then the hinged one here. And so you are good to go here. It's exactly the same as the previous ones. Just adds one more set. And then now let's go back to the ones that do not have the lid on top, the hinged lid. Very, very similar. This is the bottom here. And then you've got the 2 sides and what I called the garage door earlier. You've got the drawer itself, and then the top, and then the decorative piece on top, and then the corners. I'm sure you're seeing the pattern now. Then we go with the 2 drawers, exactly the same again. Bottom, next one, the 2 drawers, and then the top. And this one here on the top, since there's no hinged lid, what happens here is this one just sits right like that. And it covers up those slots and tabs. And then your decorative corners go right on it just like this, right like that. And that score line is just to help you line it up properly. And then you know what the 3-drawer looks like, exactly the same thing, just with 1 more drawer. And the 4th one looks exactly the same. So hopefully that helps. And if you watch through this video along with the assembly video, it should make a lot of sense. It looks more complicated than it really is. Of course, let me mention one last thing. I have these separated like this visually so it's easy for you to see. But, and also if you decide to mix and match materials, this will make it a little easier to tell what part is what. However, once you decide you're ready to go, I would take a lot of these pieces and tuck them inside these holes here and make better use of the materials. But I just did this to make it really easy for you to see as you were walking through the assembly and the files. So that's all it takes. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to help you. So hit me up and I'd love to see what you guys make with these.